Hi everybody, my name is Ray. Today I'm at the Watchung Reservation in Berkeley Heights, New Jersey. Now this is a really nice place to go for a hike, but it's also the site of a village from the 1800s that's still standing today, and some people even say it's haunted. So we're gonna go take a look at that today, see what we can find. They have this section of the river dammed up, and they made it into this really scenic little waterfall. So now I'm headed into this area because I can see on Google Maps it says there's the ruins of an old mill, so I gotta come check that out. Oh yeah, look at this. I have to be very careful how I step here because it's all rocks and it's all wet and slippery. Oh yeah, just look at this. I apologize for the sounds of the road. Do you see up there? You can see where that used to be a wall. And just further down there, you can see some remnants of some stone foundation. Yeah, right here, you can see these concrete slabs in the middle of the river. Looks like we got another concrete slab right here. And just all up the side of the stream here, you can see concrete foundations. So I climbed up on this rock to get to the other side, and you can just see on this, all this old mortar still in this rock. And up over here, along the top, you can just see the remnants of an old retaining wall. Just coming up right here, we can see what's left of the corner. Oh, look at that. That's incredible. Yeah, just look at this thing. You just have this cliff on the side of the trail. Here on the ground, a little further up, we can see some more stone foundation. We have this old iron boiler tank here. Oh, that's amazing. And this looks like the main part of the ruin right here. Wow. This is really something. Let's walk up here and get a closer look. And we got ruins going all back that way too. So we're gonna get a look at those in a second. See these old iron supports still standing up straight. Just right in the middle of the path. We got some old concrete slab and some brickwork down below. I was walking along and I stopped to see this. Must have been the cellar of an old house. Yeah, and this little post here must have been at the front of the house. So that was a really cool spot, and it's just one of many that you'll see on this reservation. It's got a lot of cool history tucked away here. All right, so I'm leaving the mill area. And the path is taking me through this split in the rock here. So originally this place was built in the 1700s by a man named Peter Wilcox. He built a mill here, but eventually it was demolished. Later on in the 1840s, it was built by a man named David Felt. He built a factory, a couple mills, and he sort of built his own little community here. There were houses, school, church. That was thriving for a while there, but eventually that was deserted. After that, they tried to turn it into a resort town, but that also didn't last. So these buildings here have been sitting deserted for, you know, almost 100 years. All right, so we're coming up to the mill area. We cross over this little bridge here, and you can still see the original stone down there. Now, I don't know if that's original from the 1700s, but it looks pretty old. All right, so now where we're standing is the site of what was once a mill here. And this panel gives you a lot more information. Apparently this was a bookbinding business. Pretty interesting. So there's not much left of this mill here, but if you just look on the ground, you can still see bricks from it. And up ahead here, we can still see some foundation. So let's go get a good look at that. Pretty cool. And just right here, we have another foundation. Pretty much the largest part of the remains of the mill. And just right above that wall, we have this structure right here, which must have been part of the mill. So now that we've seen some of the spots along the way, we're about to head into the deserted village itself. So this panel gives you a really good overview of the history of this place. You can see it's changed hands multiple times. Multiple different business ventures were attempted here, but none of them really lasted for too long. You can just see the rich history of this place here. So this really impressive building we're looking at here served a dual function. The bottom floor was a general store for the residents of Feltville, and the top floor was a chapel for them to worship at. Nowadays it's a visitor center. It's just really beautiful looking. You can see all the unfinished wood on it. Pretty cool. Let's go get a closer look at this building. It's impressive. You can just see all the different unfinished pieces of wood they used for it. They even have this nice little porch area for people visiting to sit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go do that. So here we have the cemetery, and according to the sign, there's up to 24 people buried in this spot. And they were all members of the families of people who founded this area in the early 1700s. So now this stone, this is really incredible. This is John Wilcox, relation to Peter Wilcox, who was the original founder of this area back before David Felt, back in the 1700s. All right, so we have our first look at the houses here in the village. So let's go take a closer look at these. They have it chained off, so I can't walk on the porch here. But you can see down here, the awning's collapsing, and the floor's caved in. You can see up there, there's a broken window. So now this is a particularly spooky looking one. Floor doesn't look too stable. I know I probably shouldn't walk on it, but I'm going to anyway. Still got the light on, which is strange. It looks like we have a chest. Let's see what's in it. Nope. So now we can take a walk along the back of it. Let's see if we can see anything inside. Probably too dark to see too much. Looks like we can see underneath where this floor was collapsing. Looks like they just got a lot of extra stuff stored down here. These buildings are just incredible. So now let's just take a little walk back here to the next two. So now this one here is in really rough shape. You can see the awning's almost completely deteriorated and the porch is completely collapsed in. The roof overgrown with weeds and moss and whatnot. Don't think it would be safe for me to walk on that. We got an open window here. Let me just stick the camera up in there, see what we can find. And here we have another one that's also kind of falling into disrepair. Let's go take a little walk behind these houses, see what they look like from the back. And unfortunately, this one's been tagged. Over here on this one, we can see this porch from the bottom. That's pretty cool. Alright, so just to give you an idea of the layout of this area, right over here, we have the village. And from where I'm standing, down below, you can see off to the right here, that was the site of the mill. So we're up pretty high. And just down there, there's a little bridge over the stream. So now you're not allowed to go into any of these houses here, which is fine. But apparently the house I was just looking at, there are murals painted on the inside, and it's the only known surviving examples of this artist's work. I hope to God that they can preserve that and put it on display for people to see, because that's really incredible. All right, so we have 3 more right up here. And they look like they're very dilapidated. They got tarps on the roof. Let's go take a close look at them. So again, we have another porch that's sort of starting to collapse. We got this house, also very dilapidated. It's all fenced off, so I can't really get too close to it. And so now here we come to the final house on the road. So now the rumors say that this house is haunted, that 3 young sisters went into the woods camping and never returned. The only thing that they found was their bonnets. This is the house that they say their ghosts haunt. Is it true? Well, you'll just have to come here and find out for yourself. All right, so let's go up to the window of the ghost house, see if we can get a look in. Can you see that? Wow. Look at that. Let's go take a walk around the back, see if we can find anything. Looks like there's a spot for the cellar, and it's all boarded up. So that was the Deserted Village of Feltville at the Watchung Reservation in Berkeley Heights, New Jersey. Really cool place, a lot of history, a lot of fun just to go up to these buildings and check them out up close. So if you're nearby, I highly recommend you come here, just take a little walk around and take a look at it for yourself. My name is Ray, my channel is Ray Out There. If you like this video, please hit subscribe to join me on my adventures in the future. Thank you for watching. What is this building? This looks scary. Do you think maybe this is haunted? Is this a haunted outhouse?